Yema Ghana for Kwabana Africa Sebono, Yemfa na Shasie Emra. Na Ewiasa Ghana for Bekaya. Ajimen Sampram to Brekas ye bosso and ye deso mose. Amanebo I free of my Ghana. Yene Burkina Faso yasia so ba hremo SM. Eye Islamist, eye jihadist. Anase eye militant. E 20 domo ekoi. One mo abeji Ghana. Ana fe so Burkina Faso. Yasia no so aboso a omususu se anhwe yi a. Na wo ma Ghana ye target. E de masa e 20 dom ko nti. Na wo man ye bambon sensem. E yati anwea. Na ensem ne ba ye no asa wo manfo ne adehye a. Wonom ewo tifedo ene ne mpotemo no. Asa ayam hye kakra atimi aba. Nanso ne nyina mu no emra se badwani a. Wote abanwa so de ma wo manfo ne adehye a. Wonom ewo Wa West. Wono asa ye deputy ranking member on Parliament Defense and Interior Committee. Ne den adi Peter Lanchene Tobu. Wada to da akire mu se Ghana for chatimu nya din. Mo hwe na obi ayam anhye no efri se Ghana Armed Forces ene wo my Ghana agire tukuo no. Bambon sensem mu no. Wo Malaysia miam ese tetrem fraud boy. Se sansam no a ekoso wo Ghana ye ne Burkina Faso ahye so no. Wo mo ebetimi eso ano a wo ha bia da entimi enka Ghana ni eba. Wo tirem ese wono de wonim na wo gidie se bambon sensem wo Ghana ha no. Ejira no na so pa se bolega confirm. Nanso no esansa bambon sensem enya bibia na se bio obroni kan se eye public consumption ti no enya bibia no betim de ato abonten nanso no de wo gidie se de ekoso no wonim ana wonim bambo emu sensem ene ahoboabu a preparations a eye Ghana ya gina tukuo e wo bambo mu no wo mo etu no waka de atere Ghana fo de hye nyina se wo bia nka na koma ento ne yam na se de din kan edi to dwa ema mo no se uduru eye Burkina Faso ene Ghana ya hye no so hono mo a eye Islamist militancy wono mo efri Burkina Faso abetwi break tro sa boa papo e wo Ghana ya hye so a anhwe na Ghana fo susu se wo mabo e de wura wo mai emu na no na mpanefo akire se wo mo akọ esumasi akodi nkomo pam e de niam ahodo egu akwan mu na se Ghana fo beka yi a eye ebibrem atoya hanmo no ye beka ne se Sahel region no ye wanhihye ye bia ye ni aman ahodo ni bi atimi aye efa bambon sensemu a ye ka ne se Accra initiative na eye bambon mu sensemu a Burkina Faso ewom Ghana ewom Niger nso wom ana aman ahodo ni nyina bi se ne be ya so how bi eba na ekọ wo man bi so a saa aman ni nyina no aka bo mu a bambon sensem mu wo makambo mu na yefre wo mo se anasa yebodi se Accra initiative no wo mo nyina betimi abaka aprom na nipa bonfo a epese eto man so wre no yetimi etoase eno ntini yewura Peter Lanchene Tobu ekirem se Ghana for da yenda efri se ne ekoso e wo Ghana ene Burkina Faso ahye so no entimi ntwimfa Ghana Armed Forces so ana bambon sensem so wo mo ntimi ntwimfa so a Ghana yeda yena yentu nkromo wo beten mentohe.
When you take away the artificial border between Burkina Faso and Ghana, we are just one people, one Africa, one continent, one people. So if you think that the threat against Burkina Faso is not a threat against Ghana, then you should be dreaming. The threat against the peace and security of Burkina Faso is equal to the threat against the peace and security of Ghana. So whatever happens in Burkina Faso, this will have a ripple effect on Ghana. So somebody thinks that the Ghanaian authorities are turning a blind eye. If that happens to be true, I will be very surprised. Because when Burkina is on fire, Ghana will definitely be preparing because we are not safe at all. Why? The World Bank supported us so much in what we call the Gulf of Guinea Northern Region Social Cohesion Project, popularly called the SOCO project. And this SOCO project is purpose to ensure that social provisions are made to prevent the spillover of conflict from the Sahel region into northern Ghana. And this project is a very important project that is supposed to run for 5 years. We've just done 2 years. This project to ensure that at least communities in northern Ghana are not vulnerable to the point that they can easily be recruited to join terrorist groups. Whatever it is, Ghana is doing its bit to ensure the peace and security of the West African sub-region. Ghana is doing its best to contribute to the peace and security of Africa. Whatever it takes for us to do that, we should be doing that. But notwithstanding, the fact that we are one people, if somebody lives in Ghana, he's a Burkinabe, when he gets sick and he goes to hospital, he will be treated. The only difference is that the terrorists do not carry facts. You will never meet anybody in Accra circle in Accra, and the person is suspected to be a terrorist, and you can see a mark on him. Terrorists do not have marks, identifiable marks. They are normal human human beings who are radicalized to believe in what they are doing. So we should be able to do something very dramatic and drastic to ensure that the Ghanaian people believe in the nation Ghana. They believe in the peace and security of the nation Ghana. We should be patriotic enough not to join any other group that is destructive in character. We all have a responsibility. It is an initiative with Burkina Faso, Niger, and other countries in the Sahel region who are involved. And we share so much information to ensure the stability of this region. But in the balance of security, we share information based on the need to know. It's not everything that you sail on the surface like that.
Enti ebusuafo ni ayeti yeyi eye emrahye bedwani a wote abanya so ema womanfo ni adehia wonom ewo Wa West wo ye deputy ranking member on Parliament Defence and Interior Committee ne din edi Peter Lanchene Tobu ana wakasa yi wo kire se ne ekoso no enso nsene Ghana aginatuku ewo bambom enu nti obi ana wontu nkromo
ene yenso ye beyire ho adapa efi se ye da ya so mbedwe yantu akase bonse yenko piem ewa santimatenum na nkrefe santimatem ba enya sempa na nyana ne sei okada rada bi odi zero dini djuma ewa tapa esuhia ewa hafoano eye not eye mensenem ewo no wa santimatenum nipa bonfo bia wo maden agikrachi enkwade afri ni sem ya endrada anadwo na kadi kirem se krachi ese amekase nipa bonfo akunin wanya mfinjere makoma akwado ni 24 years ne den adi antwi silas adodo na efre ne se payawo no watetepa eye subire so na hono ma wote no onka bi nhemu hono ma na endrada anadwo mrantu amienu bi ebe friend ze okrachi payawo ene ba bia yekwei ade asapam ye ho akire yenti ye hia wada yesra wo ma wo made ana boa yen na kosi ye wofie krachi nsu de gya na dwuma wa yenti oyokada wada nteni wa bupu ne ti obo no ho made a efa mrantu amienu ede wo motena moto ye chini na nam kwan so san omokodu ba bia jese ne eye asusia ekurodi mo pepepe ba bia honom emukura ebia wo pepepe cemetery honom na omaka che krachi ze ne gina krachi ze na adan ahade sese bia funu ne yesi o mi nyina sese no so nya botre gina krachi gina ye pe ena mlante we twetwen krante e wo mbotom eto share so ne o mi sibram na sare krante twetwa abranti wa kopem se abranti ewu ye na krani kiremu sei ama asem wenti ehu pa abeda jese mpotem wofo no so no enya asem kuma kram na msem twena ne din semo yachi ade mu amande body sumdi ya kase bo kirem sei sesi ameka sei abranti a ne din ade antwi silas a wanya finhia aduonu enan a dodo na friend se pa ye we yesa puwa moden akofam na akwahyɛ mu e wa yatapa government hospital wonu mamu kra benso mo nkra abranti ye so sesi ameka sei wo kirem se tapa jese ne police station moden a hia sa wonu mahwehwem mapa ade fa ne pa bonfo mienu o mama moden a che abranti a ne din ade pa ye we kunu ya yayin Maybe biara just a point for the crash with them. A quam of the first work with Nagana Mlasso, Emma, and in the palm. Then some train your energy and some way netty about mother at the Amanibo say, at the told the money, dear Cassiabo.
And then and I did the slow very back and just an apple to Yan and just a different. Ako so could be a friend to share. Now, I brought it to me. I have to and I said, I don't think I thank you. You don't know how to fire and every channel and the now, you know, the Ukada, I need to buy the type you know, grab your friend should be short. Now, and yeah, they had a 19 you know, everything I see, and I do the same day, some more. So I don't think I do more echo, you could have a friend to share. Again, so we do not really have Ukadenti or getting here as a man to Etna and the motor so many children a year and share finds and up and you see. I'm not willing to pay you a year to be so bad as an apple a year to share for Gaho. I did Gaho so every Saturday down and so and I work as a kind everything. So I like to do this at the brand is that we didn't do more law. You're looking and I will be back on the other you're possible. Nobody being I also have a lot of kind of educated channel and then showing thing that I put the brand and then we die move every 2 home. I put for them that look at the upper and mono. I just want to put a man and I get to grab it. I say, I'm part of the kind of you did and I'm managing a curtain in some another thing. Then it's about for and so I say if you want to if you move then we are able to say that I'm not a children in the Africa. Yes, you are and then I did it see I don't know the family and testimony.
Any out here and some train in the Juma, I was antimatenum. ɛna ɔde kwan ahodo ɛfa so a kyerɛ ne okada rada ne den ɛde paa ya wa nipa bɔnfo bi agye ne nkwa de afiri ne nsɛm ɔtante mantam mu no ɔde mu nkyerɛ mu nyina da ɛde asom yɛn
yɛnto anwummerɛ no osia kaseɛbɔ no ɛso ɛwɔ DL wɔ ha ne nsia akyiripɔ ɛnkono yɛde firi ɛnkrapompore mantam ɛbɛyi mantam no makomako edu nsia kaseɛbɔ no ɛnam so a wɔn nso wadwenkyerɛ no kaseɛbɔ no ɛtwa bosompo the Republic of Omofia wɔmanfoɔ hɔ no mo etie bi a ɛno so ɛyɛ Facebook no a DLFM 106.9 ɛwɔ Facebook no ɛso yɛtoa so na yɛ kɔnsan foforɔ mu a nananom anaka to hɔ sɛ wankɔ ahabayira sɛ bi empanesi wo wi atwa saa dan so na sɛ bibia ni fie nso a empanesi anka nkyerɛ nkwadaa sɛ mo mpa bibi ni menkɔ ahabayire ne nyinaa no ɛne sɛ Public Services Workers Union wɔn mo de beto da ekyire mu sɛ wɔn mo dwumadi a wɔn mo die no asɛ nneɛma bi a ebetimi ama wɔn abrabɔ etima kɔ nkanen die oboni kan sɛ working condition no enkɔ yie kura ɛno nto wɔn de to da ekyire mu sɛ mpanifo anya ho bibi a wɔn mo de wɔn na de nyinaa begu hɔ ɛyɛ industrial strike action sɛ na bɛyɛ a mpanifo bɛhu no sɛ wɔn mo so bibi ɛha wɔn paa na wɔbrɛ a mpanifo no ɛto sɛ atua no pɛ ana ɛyɛ wɔ my Ghana asoyɛ a wɔn hwɛ apɛdie soɔ mɛkyerɛ National Labour Commission ɛde bɛto da ekyirem sɛ dabi wɔn mo nte aseɛ ɛma ɛyɛ Public Services Workers Union foɔ no ɛnte atua ɛno nte no wɔn mo ani mu mpanifo akɔhyia wɔyɛ ɛnam so ɛma yɛ kasa yi Public Services Workers Union apɛdie kuo no ɛde abɛto da kyerɛm sɛ wɔn mo yɛ wɔn adwiri sɛ nkɔm bɛte atua na nkɔm do wɔn nadeɛ agu fam na nso National Labour Commission abɛm na esan sɛ bi mpanesi aprawa ketwa wɔhyia kɛse a na wabobɔ nte no wɔn mo betie ensɛm a National Labour Commission foɔ no ɛka no na wɔn mo atwe atuateɛ no asensan ne nyina mu no ɛne sɛ wɔbrɛ wɔn mo kɔsie nkonnwa no mpanifo agye atom sɛ demands ahodoɔ anasɛ nneɛma ahodoɔ a ɛyɛ apɛdiefoɔ no ɛpɛ ne nyinaa no wɔn mo bɛyɛ ne saa pɛpɛpɛ ɛde ama wɔn mo firi sɛ wɔn mo anyɛ ne saa na sɛ wɔn mo ɛyɛ adwuma yi apaakuo no wɔn mo ɛte atua a ebetimi de ɔhaw ana etimi abrɛ Ghana ban ɛno nti ɛkasa yi wɔn mo ɛne boys ne girls ne nyinaa kasakasa ama nkwadaa ne kyerɛ mu sɛ da bi sɛ deɛ sɛ National Labour Commission fo abamu a wɔntimi ɛntwe mpanifo ano ngɔ fam nti no saa strike ne wɔn mo atwe asensan na wɔbrɛ mpanifo ekosi nkonnwa no wɔn mo ekogyina mu ɛde ɛma aban no ɛyɛ Fair Wages and Salaries Commission na wɔn mo ɛwɔ mu bi saa dan so ana atraye ne asoye a wɔhwɛ enuma ɛne apɛde soɔ mekyerɛ Ministry for Employment and Labour Relations and Pension wɔ ka ho ebi ana Ministry of Finance wɔn nso ekogyina mu ebi ana ɛyɛ Public Services Workers Union wɔn nso representative ɛnso ɛkɔɔyɛ na ɛno akyi no ana twɛtwerɛfoɔ pani ɛde ɛma Public Services Workers Union Bernard J Wajebre ɛne nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ di nkɔmɔ kyerɛ mu sɛ ɛsan mpanifo akɔsi saa nsɛm no ho nkonnwa na wɔn apɛ ho brekutire nti no wɔn bɛtwe asensan na mmom sɛ mpanimfo antie wɔnom na bɔhyɛ no wɔn mo ani so di a paa bɔbɔ nwom kowa ne kowa de obɛwuo ne bɛwuo na kyerɛ sɛ Hausa ni wɔse twɔkɔyɔ wɔse wumpo do bɛwuo ne bɛwuo.
It will only be a matter of communication. Yeah, that's what I would say. But that will not mean that we have not. Or one day people will suspended it. It's part of the directives of the Labour Commission. So if we don't suspend it, how would Fair Wages be able to meet us? Do you understand? You see, that is why we shouldn't even allow some of these things to be happening in the first place. Do you get it? So institutions should know that there are consequences for every action and decision we take. So you don't just, well, I can tell you that there are management who also want to punish our people and will also not do anything to put our members in harm's way.
And here it is a trotro for penny at the Public Services Workers Union. Nadine at the Bernard AJ and I watch him say one more and the National Labour Commission for Aquacusia. I'm a penny for a boss say, dear one more penny, one more de beba, and internet triatiano, one more train sign, a munsem. Ana wote ye no
ye to aka se bo no so na ye body awuramu e wakofale bai onu kwere nso e na ye president Edema Ward Miracle Outreach Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete waka se kirem se ye kese no HIVs e yale boni we no eto te se pa o manga na mu a se bia ne nam no e ha adwen yi pam oso pani din se wade tudwa endra da na ye wada e hi be boss me da to so do nu nan emfimpim je na do nu nan mo e na wo kirem se ya party say na me no kese esukufo pa ete kese HIV AIDS yalwe ede say o my Ghana mu no kirem say awra ho papa pam perifa o maden amfa na mapangu akwa bedu baabi no HIV AIDS e beto te say ye pam osofo kase na o kirem say ade abakwa ha adwen ye party triw ni say ne ukopie o my Ghana yesu pon kese ba kumu University of Ghana Legon o kirem se yade yi apa amanfo di agro ho no mo kirem se nyasem kuma kram otafo ka se no kirem se enema ya no mo ko school awa University of Ghana Legon ho no mo no kirem se nyasem kuma o ema yo kopie ko chini saa sabe ekosi o magatem no makoti yale wedi asrasra mo hu se poto ombara menti wani hu o mo pe o mo se abaya ohu of papa osonno otomosie oba na okwa twetwe sei no modern ya na keka sam bojine so na oben de kwada na chi se tam wa edwoho no wagide atum na brante so akofa no na jawane edimpam agrosam o tirem se nyadewa no ba bia duro no emu oten papa sa Ghana fo afa na mapangwa akwam a ebedu ba bia o man ba bra pam osofu tirem se yesi ayekese na ya ba bia duro no ye papa free say o tirem se 2023 je send asohwe o man Ghana HIV so be ka kire yen say wohwe nipa enya HIV AIDS je say yalewa ni bia je send o man Ghana mu dakuru biara nipa makoma Kwadwo num 50 ena wanu munya HIV AIDS nyalebone ni bi o tirem se enti ya betena se ma dakuru biara nipa makoma 50 etima nya HIV AIDS yale bia na o tirem se de akwaso no ye papa pam wasaka se tirem se adeba kai ha dwenye pa ne se se nipa makoma 200 18,000 eye nipa esi amekese wanum enum HIV AC enyale wanu ho aduro chese omu nyina da nya bia emu ya papa osofu asagaza tirem se ye kese no enipa manya yale wani bi no emu mema no eye 36,000 ema no so 109,000 na se yakwate mema no edifira mani di man se ema manya HIV chese AC nyale wani bi no enya se mkumo omu tirem se modos papa ni senti yentumi tira maga na mu ema HIV AC ni majo man fa mo so ma mlante wani nketie se afinu mo hia brabo ase no yale nko mfa nkyere enko mo to twire ba bi kram wasaka ze kyerem se emofra nketenkete mu no hwia mo so ahya ase sabi wani mu bodwoma o manga na mu emu makoma ko 5,000 wani usan ya HIV AIDS yale bi ndo wakaza kyerem se mpelifo fom na ensi fom ma yale bone ya tuate se o manga na mu na mo made antu ase de bedi ba bi no wanhwe o manga na montri nyina da HIV AIDS betimi dia se mo kyerem se ukopie mo University of Ghana Legon dia HIV AIDS no wani mu de esra ayenkuta o mo sra emna rolling started ejeman some for them come on the
number of boys and girls in Legon who are HIV positive, you have the biggest shock of your life. This is sad and I'm happy I'm saying this on national TV. Some of these young girls and young boys already on campuses are living promiscuous life and they have already contracted HIV AIDS. These are people I have prayed for on campus as well. Yes, sir. And I'm not talking about 10 years, 5 years, 2 years. In fact, in the past, listen, sometimes you come to Oakland. Well, I go to campus a lot, so some people then now, but it's sad. And if some of them tell you how they get into it, because what is happening is that some of these girls go to the places, and then when they come back, they also connect with the boys and girls thing. So a lot of people think you're getting a boy or getting a girl. That's spread.
Any awoti ye yakofo no akwa se anso na ya president Edema World Miracle Outreach no the day at the Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete and o chirem say University of Ghana Legon de o my Ghana ye pe HIV AIDS yale no echira kwan de a Legon honom e honom pa na ye na dwasum ni senti emrante wa na meburu na aba no montumi fo chirem say nipa mako 218,000 de wa mu ni mo set o say yale no wa mu wo bia na say o mu ni bi wa mu de o mu nkwa hwe o mu apo mu di mu po hu say o no manya bia na say o mu nya bi Okon na de free so for one so banie
HIVs
yes
Legon University of Ghana
me na me ka kire wo o se we de o mo de cheche
therefore there ye mfa cheche
o de mo cheche kra
Kwadwo sa report we no ho the papa can it is just an add up and a confirmation bana nam krom ha no monye enye no se Legon ho no se ne AC ni si to asete na nye me wadamfo bia wa wie Legon
okay
kra ye adwuma wo Legon wo se wo no Legon Nhyiraba wadamfo mpo wo mfa bi da what must say
ajeta
yes you see the ekwaso Legon no obi enka enwo Legon school no fi we public knowledge
sanity
what must say
asofo nso abeka ye na ye kan o hwehwem asofo de abetu dwa na ye kan
wo se wa wie Legon and of course nyese wa wie minim so wa wie Legon 4 years ay adwuma ho no 2 to 3 years just watena Legon ho 7 good years wo se wo no one day till Legon Nhyiraba wada Womo say yade ne wo hwan kasa. And per data no so for say how many students ana enim empo womo status of
218,000.
218,000 students.
Yes.
Omunim say womo biara so omuni bie.
We ni e omanga mu nyina we enye legonfo nko. Omanga ni nyina 2023. Empenifo mo hwe HIV nyalwa no so omanga na mu.
Ghana is commission.
Yes, hwemo mo ye ne bededi say nipa 218,000 de. Wonom ko hwema po mudim hu say ya no mu biara so omuni bi. Omo nyina wokuruma ene omo na ekọ na eba.
Enti se wonim na se ukotan ba ku se credit na te se defo de.
Ya de cheche
wa.
Menti ase na eja senga da manfo cheche omo nhye bia na.
Anasa trata tai kure pai.
Du ba bia eja amanfo mu si akan e bobo mo so makọ cheche socks 10. Na tadua mbo ha mo nhye bia.
Kwadwo
oko
ade ba ko ne se mpane se aboa kotowo ho. Se wode ani bre so ba bia ye nso awobu ni pre.
Ene sa ne tie.
Ade no ana make say trata time po epai na
okuni baby atete pa o say mo franketenkete to fefe na mo asisi wo no o ma mo ko primary school any JHS for na ko SHS ni mpodie 5,000 kwadanketwa o mo so anya ace ni bi kwada mako 5,000
ha na bo nyimu en meda na mada abambo fu obi na bo me ho ban see
for na tu
entina kwadwo entina me he no nsia na tim kaja mada no
woni mi say
ebu okura mpa mi bia kwadwo me mfa me ba ma bia
me endra me ba adwuma me am mfikyire ho no ma e mo fa to fefe o mu gina am say class 5 nkwara
kwadwo
okọ me sensem a mo ka na fi me hukura dwire me abaya ba ko ketekete ko se me bitwa bete pa me wo Instagram account na boy bi pa me show ni pa na me si mesi minyam shi ese me no abofra oko mesi mi nga ha mania on do be dey say 14 years mpo
na ese ma wo ka
wasi wachi obi ni track na chi belanti no obetwi na di onkotwi ni ehun sam na ye kan
kwadwo me na sam mi pia ma jam be ma to fie me mfa mpie
wunya sei ela ya unu nya be ma ne nkasa
me bo ho ba he
akwa ba ko no atasha box
de otasha ha
ne nkasa
me ka tire se wo pia wonya no be ma to fie
suni brebre pa ze de ma ne kanfo nanze no wa me no de kosi so a obete pawo
ana kwadwo me kura na de ba ko se me ja to fie sa no a na me sa de mobile phone to ho so ohia bibia wan fra me
madam ba ku bi na oko oni obi ko na ka janza me yesa sa mo za no ma me watakura me prene na da na wo ebi mu tirem se HIV yes ne kura de ame wa tempo no mu hia na yes ne kura bo fanya we ensem okrom ha o
DJ Ghana man e wo gbechire wo se wa bie mu pa na ono se wo pia na wa ja no be ma to fie obeja pa se we ya esa na wale fo no su bi anya bi o dodo no a krom ha kojo yento aso
okuko wanim
ebuso yeto aso akoyanim a enu a yenkase eba hodro mu no ana yede so matiefo nyina esese Ghana fo beka ya emfinhia miensa enie ana enkwada mienu akraso ana omudi omudwuma Nicholas Kenny sabre no 18 years yekase wo 21 years wane na nyonko a yekase yi wono so afi na wonya 18 years wo mo ka bo mu chi akwada keto abobo nsa wonya emfinhia du is Ismail Abdallah ekunu ya ewo kaswa na wabre ebusebuse mu no ana nkwada yi etirem se na wo mu hwe TV enti TV ne so no ana wakonfo bi ba so ana wakonfo ne se wa wo pese wonye sekedro no fa 5,000 Ghana cedis ani nipa moja bra enu nti nkwada nketo am yenu asebio wo moto betesa akokono Nicholas Kenny ana na nyankun wo mokọ dada 10 years Ismail Abdallah ekunu ya de blocks ebo ni tiri so peche no a ehonsam yentwenko yentwemra enra ana Accra High Court edi atemu ni ba ya court atemu ene se enkwada mienu Nicholas Kenny no won konkodam na woni aban enkonhye dachi bia no wu a ansa na ye yinifo na kwakosi ayekasa yi life imprisonment ani ye de amano na ba ko waka nso no yekasa yi court nsensam no kire se wono no wo yakwada ntene ya forward case no de ama eye juvenile court se wo mu entoa asenie no eso ewo ho na sansam no beto odwa no ana wopani ba ko a ba kire sabonefo sam ani hwehwemu a wodi mu ntintimai pa wo brone se wo ye crime analyst ana fe nso wo ye certified professional investigator ne din ede Ransford Nana Ado Junior wodatu dana wotirim se di enti asa abonefo sam no ekoso no ye fa ho so bo emo Ghana eye judicial system no eye wo mo a atemu adwuma ne frise sane criminal issues etini ba Ghana ha nanso no ye mpa hu ne agubre na asasam ne ba ye nipa atua se nipa we na di boni na ye de asam ne kokotwa kokwasa saa nti wo a asɛm no fa ho no na kyerɛ sɛ court no watwe nsɛm no sɛ bi wɔ wianam enti wo bra wankasa wo begem wo pani Ransford Nana Ado Junior etirim ese sɛ ɛkɔba ne saa no a obi a wɔno so te nkyɛn a wɔpɛ bɔne adie no wo hu ne sɛ agyaga na court kora no wansɛm kɔ a he ye betima adwetwe wa nti wankasa wo begem ɛno nti sɛ nipa na bɔne aba ne tirim firi sɛ akɔhwɛ kodi bɔne no Ghana mra anya ne hwee ɛno nti no obi so akɔdi bɔne a ɛde a ne besie wo kyerɛ mu sɛ we die nti ama san kwada yi ya twe wo man so a ɔhonsɛm abɛda pefee no ɛne sɛ bɔne na wo mudi ye no ye kye wo mo ɛwɔ so sɛ wo madi saa bɔne no ɛno nti na sɛ Ghana no ya no da mu a obi a ɛka bia no nti ne kɔɔto ɛho ha etimi akɔtena sɛm no so amfinhyia miɛnsa afei na temu etimi aba no wo kyerɛm sɛ enipa no bi etimi adi bɔne ɛwɔ so mu a ye de ho nsɛm akɔpie mu wɔ kɔɔto ensɛm no ɛda kɔɔto akyemfuturo abohura ɛne ebofuro botu onwi wɔ ho kɔɔto no hɛ yɛntwemra wo kyerɛm sɛ ɔmɛ yɛ timu yi sɛ woni sika a wasɛm betimi ada kɔɔto saa mfinhyia du ɛne akyire wankasa obra no wagem wɔse no ka ho binti ana ɔman Ghana abɔnefo sɛm no ɛkɔ soro ɛno nti no yɛmfa ho soboɔ no ɛmɔ judicial system no firi sɛ wɔnom ana afeli Ghana pa.
I do not think that as a society we have taken these things serious enough. Unfortunately, it is only this small ones that have come to the fore in here. But the elephant in the room is that we are all aware that communities are springing up in this country where we have a lot of young people who belong to various groups who have built mansions and have fleets of vehicles, and nobody is questioning where they got this money from. Our criminal justice system has failed us because in some jurisdictions, what they have dealt with, they have used to treat this. It's a very, very good law we call unexplained source of wealth. In our own case, we are still depending on the Criminal Offences Act of 1960, Act 29, where we have positioned ourselves that we need to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that the crime has been committed. But how will you explain, assuming this boy killed the deceased, hit him somewhere, nobody got to know. The following year, he was driving a Range Rover at the age of 19 or 18. He built a new shop for his mother. He bought a house in the prime area. As a people, are we saying that all the crimes that will be committed, what we want to do is to see people caught in the act before we trigger our intelligence agency? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all for anybody to sit down and say that our laws on unexplained way, we should keep it the way, and we have not triggered anything.
Enti ebusuafo ni ayeti yei a crime analyst and certified professional investigator. Ne din Eddie Ransford Nana Ado Junior ana wo kire se wo meya yetimwe. Abrantie ne baba wa wu hu adwuma bia wo mo ye. Wo mo bra bia na wo twi Range Rover na wo twi car kesie. Hey, wo my Ghana ye musa ne hwe. Enu nti san kwada yi. Esan se ye che wo no e wo bone ni so nti ana asotwe we atimi aba. Na ye woni pampempem a wo mo di bone pa ana wo na mo mai mu a wo mu yi a che firi se ye chi wo bi no court no aye kokwasa saa mene enipa bia di bone a ya anya wo mo hwentire obi so tenchan a na bone no Kwadwo na kono se na nwamo ani atadwe emu nsem ana wote ye no
yentu akase bo no so ne yemom fa nwura mu wa abato nsesemo Dr. Bosman Asare deputy chairman de ma asehwe Mangana yabato nsensem so wakase kirem se asehwe Mangana bato so edi ya opa na yebizense doc na die ntra o kirem se ma no mo Mangana mo moden yisi ni shapagwa kwam se ma na fi we die mu kotu frank o betete so dia mamo avi na motimi dododo na tumi akohiem na so o kirem se anamawa asehwe Mangana bato so tuye no e ma no mani anso wonmanfo mo wanfa nhye o kirem se enya de so ani ye kram o de se de tudwa ewo bra mo maden eye nhyiemu ewo je se na winiba ene wo finfin matenum wo mo de eye religious leaders representative and having so amayeku ahodo nyada epe wo man agina musifo kopie mo dwumede na se na doctor eye Bosman Asade ka se no kirem se yapa every say na komo hwe animu se e madodo na betimi de mo ho ahya amanyosem every so ma na ye kekere no e mema nko antumi nkosi aka wo mra ma na betena se de o mani kotu awisi ahwebie every so man mpo e mema no yesusa ye se ye che man mpo na ba ku bia Okogyeabour afa ba ko mesuma fa bia mama akoma ba ye nson anase nsia omunya be ma nware won be bere papa ne santi adenti na modo so sene ne ya amanyosem na mayim hudi asi nkyɛn o kirem se basa enko nkan ye kram doctor yakase na o kirem se afi enipa do nko pre ma se badwa konwa eye ahanwotwe 800 now so mama akoma ọha dienu 120 pen ekwa se mema no ɛyɛ 680 ɛna doctor kyerɛ me sɛ ei ɛma adɛn nti na moada sei enti matena ase sɛ mɛma bunka fa mo so da biara da o ɔgyem sɛ asɛm na asi na ɛyɛ ne yɛ pam doctor kyerɛ me sɛ adeɛ baako atwa ne nsuru mpo ne sɛ afia batoi presidential no wokɔ akɔtu franka sɛ kɔpere mampanin no a woyɛ obi a wode amanyɔni a wagye wo din akyɛdeɛ a ɛyɛ 100,000 Ghana cedis titi sikam 1 billion na amanfoɔ tuayɛ Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wakɔ akɔtua ɔmampanin da John Dramani Mahama nso akɔtua ɔkyerɛ me sɛ mana ɔmote sɛ ɔha mo gyekyɛm aduonu nom 25% of mohwɛ de firi so enti ɛma no bɛtua 75,000 Ghana cedis titi sikam 750 million pɛ na mutua nanso sɛ sika wei ɛma no akɔ akɔtua ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ wɔn mo kura mpo sɛ ɔmɔdi dam so saa na mo so bɛtua ɔmo gyekyɛm aduonu nom mayi dia firi doctor kyerɛ mu sɛ aw ɛma mama ho maden sɛ amanyɔ sɛ mo de ho bɛhyɛ mafiri sɛ ɔmaga na kankrɔ ɛna kyerɛkyerɛ no abatampa moboa ɔmaga na so amanyɔ sɛ mbɛsesa no sɛ moanya ne saa deɛ a ɛbɛha dwen yi pam ɛma doctor boss masare ɛgye mmerɛ ɛne sɛ ntwɛfoɔ di nkɔmmɔ dwumadie no aseɛ no ɛmu nkyerɛ mu nie.
My sister was talking about some of the roles of the church when it comes to peaceful election. And just to add a little bit, we strongly believe that the prayers of the churches are very, very important. Because we recognize that without prayers, we cannot do a lot. But when we pray and we also do the dirty work, we can go very, very far. So at the electoral commission, we made it a point that we are trusting God to see us through a very, very successful election. However, we are also doing all the hard work that is necessary to ensure that we achieve that. So currently, as we speak now, the Electoral Commission has completed a chunk of the process. We've done our registration, we've done our exhibition, we had a second version of the exhibition which we concluded on Saturday. We've done the nomination exercise, and as you may be aware, in this year's nomination, the filing fee for female candidates and persons with disabilities will reduce it by 25%.
Any awoti deputy chairman at my electoral commission no ne den ade doctor Bossman Asare nene ana awoti ye
yento akase bono sudie monwura mu ewan san foforo mu a National Commission for Civic Education akoye survey bi na emu nsam de akwesa kwasu agapon nwom se tienie NCC for hrem se wo makoye survey na survey no ensam opie ye ene se Ghana for dodo no ano afia bato no enye me MPP ni ntimeto am MPP ni enye me NDC ni ntimeto am NDC ni na mbom ne Ghana for no ade nema hodo bi na gina so a enu nto mbe gina so de ato aba afi na NCC hrem se eye education adwuma ene apomode papa enu nto mu kirem se titire wo hwe enkwada no a wo mo afi na bi a ya register wo mo a eye new voters no wo mo kirem se wo mo de adwuma a eni wo man ni mu no enu so no mbe gina ato aba ana ye wo mo nso a wo mo gina so ka se free senior high no so atimi aboa pa nti wo mo so mbe gina no so ato aba ye wo wono mo so wo mo ekirem se enfinhia nwatwini wo mo nhyada enhu apomode papa eye proper health care e wo man mu enu nti wo mo be gina enu so na wo mo ato aba nti afie no se wo ye MPP ni a susuma otirim nya ode enipadom no edi wachi e wo rally ene campaign se no wo mbetimi adada o sada so se wo ye NDC ni a wo so na ma susuma otirim nya ode enipadom no wo mbetimi ehu vuvuzela di wachi na so wo mo nto ma wo efire se apomde papa eni wo man mu ayasabia papa eni wo man mu adwuma eni wo man mu ana enwuma sua kura mpo no ehun sensam ato apenti no NCC hrem se sansem wei ana Ghana fo begina so a wo mo ede beto aba na sansem wei nyane etodwa na NCC eye Director of Research Monitoring and Evaluation Dr. Eye Henrietta Sapon wono ana kasa yi
respondents wants the left government to address challenges such as policy that is the topmost concern, education, employment and health. These are featured consistently in our studies as key areas of concern, and this calls for strengthening and addressing bottlenecks in the implementation of interventions.
Any IAT NCC Director of Research Monitoring and Training Dr. Henrietta Sapon ana kasa ye na enwachi no ana Democracy Project Director Emma NCC Dr. John Osai Kwapon wono so ade sansemu etudwa ana wo kirem se research na wo mo ye no wo mo etifemu Ghana afana ba bia ene obi anso edi enkomo na de Ghana fo kan no trodododododo ana mo de abetudwa
the economy jobs, education, you feel the impact more immediately. So if I cannot get my child into school, if I go to a health center and I cannot get quality health care, I feel its impact more immediately. So I can understand why those issues would rise to the top compared to the issue of corruption, because when I hear of a scandal, whilst I can appreciate how bad it is, I don't feel the impact immediately.
Anyway, so a democracy project director ma NCC, Dr. John Osai Kwapon. Na enwecheno Anna Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Justice Bawale. One also ekasa yen which them said yekoso no
when it gets to the critical point where people vote, it looks to me that there are more important issues people consider to vote than the things they say to us. And it looks to me that ethnicity is extremely powerful when it comes to what people vote eventually when they enter the ballot booth, which is something that doesn't come up really strongly here.
And yeah, Professor Justice Bawale wano was Dean of the University of Ghana Business School no kasa ye. Na ne kura mono ana chairperson at the National Commission for Civic Education Madam Kathleen Adi one also at the findings no ebi etato echrechenisemu say
they have people who are willing to say on record that yes, they are willing to participate in violent activities for one reason or the other should be a great source of worry to all well-meaning Ghanaians. And as a people, we should work together to ensure that we build confidence in the systems that have been set up for governance so that people will not feel compelled to take that course of action.
Anyway, no. Chairperson Emma National Commission for Civic Education Madam Kathleen Adi and this answer way etu edwai na piaga was the best news ever. DLFM no size with ye and share life edi free achimwasafo Kofi Parliament was we need peace in Ghana this year's election and a smart beat was we love you all yen share that say Anna Kuma Ebenezer was the #1 station DLFM 106.9 and on also bay ye jina we so adai ho age sports munsem ye ba so far is happiness
DL News.
Abusia enana dwi mayen sama wadron en sama wakwaba famra DL ohaninsia echiripo enkromreredu se enanwumre agudie momrante yesin kunya na agudie mo nsama wodo a ya boabo no abusia de beso Ghana nsama ebibremu de wa ena bronu kroso ewa manone no so kan bia ya boabo no ayede babeso ne editie se wote Facebook for ne edi hwese mo hwe ena yenso ne edi kase ye kan ya tena se a abusia yede ebabeso mi amedi agudie mo nsam na de ba no edi ameje so no ayensu ano de hye Apakan GH the blazer kirebusia enhase emfamfi yandiem ewo Ghana ade a yenhase emfamfi abrante a ye friend Kwadwo Ejejima na kachi na blasters wonsensem no yegusu a ye ka yenka enwe na ochirema o se the current Black Stars technical team wo a otuado edianim a inde na assistant no bi tse John Pinston no nyina e kan obi no o se o mo quality no e wo fam esanse wo hwe adwuma o mo ye na e wo fam ye pa o se ye se oboa ye pa yenkofo bi tse Heavy Renard embra na yenhwe nsakra blasters no ebenya inti o se ono de nia o kan se technical team and they win e wo fam.
This goes all the way down to the FA. We've got an FA that the under-17 teams keep losing. It's very uninspiring. And when coupled with a very, very bad technical team, people say, wow, John Benson is good. Oh, Kwadwo is good. Look, if you take Okogyeabour out of the picture, I can guarantee you now, if you bring Renard in now, you're going to see the difference that is going to happen straight in.
Kwadwo Ejejima Ghana ni a coach. Ewo UK ana oti oye Ghana ni nemo oti UK oye coach ana wakasa yede wonsam edi amao endra ana Confederation of African Football yetwanitia FN CAF omo awards 2024 no endra ana nominations no omo de eba mountain na dreams as omo former players mienu Abdul Aziz Isa and John Entry na omo nya category no in the category a yefreno CAF Interclub Player of the Year no John Entry enya nomination and Abdul Aziz Isa CAF Interclub Player of the Year any Young Player of the Year no onya nomination and NWH no Dream Sessi enya nomination in the Club of the Year nano and Abdul Karim Zito our coach Edema Dream Sessi and any din come and yebisa so when our coach Dream Sessi nominations we then aka found and our same rantium you know Abdul Aziz Isa any John Entry no or you're proud of them so many sa nomination and NWH Dream Sessi team no or you're happy so much to me and yasa nomination echere say in kakran Dream Sessi
I'm very proud of the boys. And I'm very happy, say, Dreams FC from nowhere. Just 50 years, Bombo did what we achieved this possibility. Then there is a better Yamiasi. And a Jumana, let us say, some moment, about Kola, so
Abdul Karim Zito Amananswa or Twaso Embra Yebisane say, now share Dreams FC last season. Odi omokodu CAF Confederation Cup semi-final nanka coach of the year category no nanka ye hwe nim so benya nomination wenya nominations na sign etie dem a e na ose ampa no hwe nim say sa category no no obetumi enya nomination nanso wenya nomination o mane enha no na momu no nani age e de ama coach Kwasi Apia so no enya nomination o sa category na sanse wo hwe adwuma Kwasi Apia di Sudan ye na or say Saba Sobody, you know.
They have their reasons of why they do things. And you know, though I was also expecting when they started doing this, I was expecting say at the end of the day, you know, maybe I'll be also nominated. But I'm nominated, you know, and I'm nominated and I'm nominated. I have nothing to go against it.
Abdul Karim Zito, a coach, our coach Dreams Football Club Nebusia, Watten and Kano. Kumasi Asante Kotoko Akachi Ghana Premier League na watching omni bobo kwa ye friend Basake Woli Stars and Edibuenim Dr. Prosper Natogum a coach Edema Asante Kotoko or see idea beha Kotoko and say ombe underrated Basake Woli Stars na se oma underrated omo no mo fa game ni serious say omo ye netima ombe tumi aha Kotoko or see ebetumi aboa ema nyama koye di ama Kotoko.
This is when we underrate them. It's a psychological thing. If we underrate them, then it will be against us. It will go against us. But then if we take them to be like any other renowned side in the Ghana Premier League and approach them with the attitude that we used to play in those games against any of the renowned sides in the league, I think there wouldn't be any threat.
Dr. Prosper Natogum, coach Edema Asante Kotoko. Ena Watten Kano still on Asante Kotoko no Mr. Alex Menum a Ashanti Regional Circles Chairman Edema Asante Kotoko or se oya Kotoko supporter nyame adoma na otwe munyina munko piem wanyina se na munko support Kotoko against Basake Woli Stars wonso a untumi ma no otifia bompa ye fata team na chi se na be nyina se omukoi omode 3 points na ebeba fie.
No, yes. See, I go for supporting. My man, yes, one in my. What 3 points are? Also, striker at on a triple. And you talk on a triple. Then you're going to say, "I'm going to go." If I'm going to football and Pabo, so play emperor. I mean, get a good day.
Mr. Alex Menu, Ashanti Regional Circles Chairman, Edema Asante Kotoko Watten and Kano, Sheila Alasan, a former player, the Makotoko, Yebizanse Kotoko. Omuntu win she goals bebre akwakwa ye baako and omo share na why former player then akadia found and o se Kotoko team no players dodo na aba team no omo ye foforo fe na coach no e build team no 94 now no supporters no munya abotre 1 goal ne ba na de 3 point ne ba eno na hia na mere ne kona anim no goals dodo na amope no ebeba
concerned because on the players no be new players and a coaching that you know she set him on goes in the so one good project in there fine pa no because some of the supporters in there omudi am person dey be am ba na go be 3 times and for what chance.
Sheila Alasan a former player Edema Kumasi Asante Kotoko Watten and Kano had to folk na otwi omone babiani Go Stars and Edibuani ewo University of Ghana Stadium ewo Legon na Abubakar Wata coach Edema Hasselfolk or say baby any Go Stars no omo a very good side Ghana Premier League table no omo and omo leading now so Hasselfolk working omo ready for game na kwesiada Ebaso no.
The Go Stars have the good side, is the leader of the league and it's team. We will have the good defenders, good midfielders, good strikers and good teamwork that we are working on.
Abubakar Wata etwane Samson Orituja se nyame yadoma akwasiada omu hia wi no na wi no mu hia na so mo de to omadwem se babia ni Go Stars team no omu ye very good team a eba no reputation a omu obi ye pa na since league ne chase no omu lusu game na Hasselfolk ehwe nim so mbe omu best se na be ya nkunimdie no be kode ama omu.
No, share or not share, I need the win. But let us say ourselves, the Ghana Stars is not just one team like that. It's coming with a good reputation since the league started.
Abubakar Watara coach Edema Hasselfolk and Watenenkano. Samuel Amofa player Edema Hasselfolk obo Tiane former team Babiani Go Stars. Now you besides the game no one is saying and I see Babiani Go Stars a very good team. Currently no omo lead table no Hasselfolk and see one of the biggest club of Africa. Team bia o Ghana any omo beboa omo prepare onim say Babiani Go Stars omo prepare air planning so mba be win game na so kwam bia so enkunimdie no ebe kode ama Hasselfolk.
After the preparation I say the normal one because no bullets are seen in the gun but when it is released then you feel the pain. So I would say we are preparing very well. We are already prepared and like I've always been saying this is a greater threat to progress than
Samuel Amofa aharumo no church mu preparation a omo de be ko game no edia boboko a ye friend Babiani Go Stars no say o omo ye ready kwambia so no ombe ra game no na emro kasa dia fa ne former team Babiani Go Stars no yentie se na okan no.
Go Stars is a good team and as we're talking now they are on top of the league table so they are a good side I would say but Accra Hasselfolk as we all know is one of the biggest clubs you can think of and every team in Ghana gets itself more than ready when in Accra Hasselfolk. So I know by now Go Stars are also planning more than
Samuel Amofa player Edema Hasselfolk and Watenenkano Frempom Manson aka Mayanga ono ana okochi Babiani Go Stars team no ye bizase kochi to one has never bebo approach ne etisen no si approach no enye different bia esane se one Hasselfolk na kwakobo on change bibia approach a odi aboni games this season no eno ano de bebo na onye bibi special bia different than ya why all this while.
The interviews are making as I said, like whether so home or away, has been very difficult at the match. And you better say approach because you quite has to focus.
Ne krakramuno ana yebisa coach Frempom Manso aka Mayanga yebisa nse ine Hasselfolk omo mbo wa Accra Sports Stadium omo akopie mo e wo University of Ghana Stadium e wo Legon e ho no mo bono na wo hwea ebema mo advantage bia no sidabi we no ma advantage bia ni Hasselfolk eye e wo Accra Sports Stadium no eno ano mo ye e wo Legon ti we no ma bobo ko e fe baby any Go Stars advantage bia na ne mu hia ene so mbe ye omunyama ye na result omo pe no ombenya
hello person men ka say got omo patronage omunyama the same of course the new stadium you can get the results.
Coach Frempom Manso aka Mayanga ono ana okochi Babiani Go Stars team no nensamori atudwa no ayede ama o yemfa fie ni senior monitor ewo amanone dia the top 5 major leagues in Europe no na watching matches ebekoso na ene best start urem ewo English Premier League ma ebonon so Leicester City and Nottingham Forest omo de ebeboni ena Spanish La Liga no ewo Spain no ebonon so Espanyol omo ne Sevilla edi ebeboni German Bundesliga yesia kana no Sima Eduonum Kron Men's 05 omo nhebie Sanso na Borussia Mönchengladbach omo so nhebie ena Italian sia ewo Italy no Udinese Ashemienu a Cagliari entumi anti game no abano ewie ene yesi aka ne sima eduba ko Torino enhyebi sanso na Como enhyebi ena French Legano Stade Rennes omunhyebi Le Havre omunhyebi yesi aka ne sima no poli edumiensa yede ewonsam ede asmo na ochina big game about Spain ampaye bedwa eno ne yekan de El Clasico omaya ye friend Spain two big teams enable Real Madrid and Barcelona and ebo na Carlo Ancelotti your manager edema Real Madrid or see a brantia your friend Ibrahim Diaz Sofi Morocco no or your fit obetumi abosa game ni bi and afin so no Barcelona for chima almost Spanish center back Eric Garcia no ontumi mbo game ni bi esane say we pra enen sama efioba yedi ema nsam de doso na mo mbre ne kontiam fansi nyame adom ochina no pa ebo no nkron kenya Shiayen enkwezi se dumienu ebebo ochina no pa from 9 a.m. till 12 noon no niamfa the extended version of famro ni awpe wa gudie mu bia no yetnasia yedi ebesumo miame bra penny Mr. Kofi Ayenu wa Yesu an wabiem kuaa so wate utie minchia and our wife Sister Mary ono so minchia no ebusu ame de agudie mu nsem no ede ba edi ameje so no ayensu ano de hye apakan GH the blazer kinocha no pa yenhia
DLFM 106.9.
Yentu aso mfiri ha ne yetiefo ne ahwefo akwaba yenfa sofa no ento amoso na ebusua ensam wa na yade tu dane nyina adwendwene ho wo frɛ ne a wo 20 seconds person de be kire wa adwen mechia meda so bie ni ho ne nyina no ene se wopani a ne din ede Ransford Nana Ado Junior were crime analyst and certified professional investigator what kire se wo my Ghana atemu adwuma no wo ma faili Ghana wo mo ka ho bi ana abonefo sem etimi akonka ne wo man mu pa firi se obi betimi adi bone ye di evidence nyina beko asem no ye betwetwe ne saa na wa wodi akire no wabre na wagya to ho nte ba ne saa no a wo be su ka se o kofidi bone ya anya ne hwentimi so medibi afen so wo kire mu a Ghana ha no mo ye hu ebra bi amofra ne bi bo emrante ne bi bo na nso no kai bi a wo modamu emaiwe kai bi a wo modamu ye musa wo mo asem enu ntino wo ma no empanifo no so ya we se abrabo a mabru no so boni yenka wo mo hwenti ana bonefo sem ye kum nipa he boni ni nyina bi Ghana fo mabru edi kas akase ne edamu nti ana na boni ekosori na ho so bo no eye judicial system no a wo ma no ya fail ye ho wo ji sansem wi esen 0534 050199 0534 050199 and 0593 40 65 65. Good evening.
Wafa.
49 and I'm
Wafa, good evening.
Wafa, Nyame adome ho ya mientie we.
Wafa. Wana moka masem se bumochichi efiri suase. Ya be ka che o se benche magua. Me asoreboa. Me ye den koka se nya nokore. Wafa. Enti niampenimfo eti Ghana ne yekosi o gbeso mo tese omunwu. And there will be 35 years or mansion cars will use so or for the adjuma no ye. O shed Ghana ye pay slipper na say ye pay slipper ni bi ni so. Wo nya adwuma bia wo ni company bia enso wo burisika e wa abonten. Ofa onya no he. No crossem anapani no oka no. Ye mpenimfo ni nim ne ekọ ni enim ne eba. Enam say wo munya benefits wo munti ofa. Omo person between one among.
Medase.
Ye mai omo say ne mai.
Medase papa oba no amana ye tew na onu anso awuram. Good evening.
Oba majo.
Sa Akwadwo community 11 mamintie o.
Oba me ho ye pa na so.
Ye ho ye.
Asem na papa ne kan trudo. Ye koto mra no enye adwuma. Wo sika wasem ode. Unyi sika wasem nyede. Enti ne papa ne kan.
Medase Yachia community 11 for good evening.
Fine over.
Me want fast beni.
Over the better na katia to no.
Mamintio, me want fast. Say do mamintio.
Yeah, me say legwasuma yekin.
Da bi nye legwasam.
Okay, over. We
Ye say do wentie ense na ekwa yi passing call emefrem wentie. Good evening.
Okay.
Yey.
Adwe.
Meje oso me offer se be nie.
Nana ya woni adenta.
Nana maminti on fi adenta.
Woni judiciary for with the Nhiraba because youth no uhu baby amubu uhu adwuma bi awo ye so cast tale adan ni cast omo de demu no. Okochi omo sisi awu skento me defend omo. Ena mo ro ban so no enye judiciary no nkwa ne di Nhiraba awofo no so kan. Ti be ka ta ten bi se me fi ba kwa me ti mu otema. Small boy sisi unya 17 years sisi akwa we akwa ne be she no omo ye de so awa obesu everything. Small boy you. So now 40 years, never met chance, never party. So never met chance. Which means you won't feel. It's it's both sides. To be a Nhiraba.
Medase. Good evening.
Good evening. Although wafa.
Dixon. Bada konkwa kujeje drogba. Achimodu kru. Mamintiwe.
Medase. Therefore, we will be Ghana. The question of question. Part of us let me see. Ghana hano. Ya wamra. Ubi chika ebo no sira yitim to say di panami ana anasi ye womra ye wu say mbesi on ye adwuma ba wu sika ebo no sira yitim to di panami ana etene sadia enena ye yafum kakra ye yafum no so pa because ye woni pe bo wa utim say small boy na ka otwinu se wani anya se kata mu amudi mani hubi yitim ya open the canon, the Kwanga to do offer.
Medase papa or may ye limnia ye pet. Good evening.
If we move about
no offer Sibeni.
That's Sakumono.
Sato Maminto and Fisakumono.
Offer the open any Canada and no. We was young guys, I'm born Pedjumas whom be on Yeska at the Toka Sakasia any ma, one in dow, chilling Kwan offer. Enti SM na na de adwuma wo kromu a abotuntimi fa sa de ni na mabochi ofa ukitaka a ye be hwehwe onyem adwuma wo ye asana saka no saka ofa SM na adwuma wo kromu a ofa uni nyame adwuma
wonso woni nyame entena. Good evening went me nyina so nti abusuame ntimi fa frefo no ebiem yedamo asemu amotimi frɛ ye mo amo ntimi amfrɛ nyame wo nhira mo papa say na wutimi hia bai wakutu bika wodemu abemu wakutu bi hu bra bi a wabɔ ka wodemu ade wo mahunu say ma no so wonam fam a wo mpe wonam fam na say wadwene ye adwuma say de wo boa wo ye hwan wadwene adwuma kan nam fam he wo pa Kwadwo ka wiase nyansa nyina ha kire no boa emfa na mmom wutim sa branti a watwa mpese ka ya wodemu bra ben wo boye ena mentiase menka so obi empesa we criminal na mmom na say boys ni na person mo ye dread
kono kra say wo mni say
na ka wadamu
oh say ne ye be ka ne say betin na ba ye no ema ebinum tumi efa so nyesika ewo ho e no kre but no kra say wo mni say dodo na nam kwati kwan oh nya botre me ba de tia me ka sa ne say aha ai akwa na wo she box ni mo no oya ha ma adwe ene say ebinum etimi enyesika ewo mra o mankasa efa abefo kwan so nya eno no wo ho but no do ne yesen
abefo kwan eye game boys no
ne wo kan wanchiremu
fraud boys na
fraud ya adwuma
de ya no ya say fraud boys no ana
bet no bet ne de o manga na mra getum say ye ntwa bet so what ya say ba do send the bet ne bibisa ho amanfo osukroma asem kuma na so da bia da amanfo de ka ma bibisa bo ye ntemento sika na munya fre hen ene ho asem ne ye kan da bia me meti okome so na ha mona che 2:30 am na boys nketen ne maya ntete kwan no ho menim bra mobo cafe a wa ladru ne mpatam nyina da mofra ne na 2 am cafe wa monda me say Hamachi 2:30 am so na me ba adwuma na mo tete honom amonna
enso ye wo cyber crime unit e wo Ghana police service yo
de be hunu kroma na enya hu yo ye pese ye hu ni ye e December ni so metna wa sa de a de di akire ye nim e ba na eso sene de ye hu ni
wonim se Kwadwo emrantie ne bi ni mabawa ne bi enya adwuma wo nanso wo mo dollars account wo mo dollar account wo Ghana
de sika so ye obi ko peja edito abaya ne abanti abu machine ka so enya sa na yete no ya ntese boy no ene girl no eye fraud no mo ye ene oni abaya ne dada amanfo jo musika
that's right
enti de eba no o mankasa so bete so aba enti mo nyai
Kwadwo me mako police headquarters mako cyber security ho pen mako cyber crime ho pen ana mako cyber security authority e wo airport mako ho pen so sometimes you say into a man the tax need to amoka. What are you doing with all these taxes to add mamu?
I'm actually they can say me say ufiti preko epa osia moja ene epa.
Kwadwo e moja ne ma enwo mu onum. That's right.
You see, the akwaso no kwetan. Na eja opera bentra na kebe hwe nsema gua come se nyama yakwaso wa Ghana ha no okọ se mpanifo antena se pa ma judicial system na nya atwuma okọ be se bedu baabi no mai mu no ye bebre pa
kodwo ni misi form sesi en wo ye ni mo ha se ogina ha no mo a kodwo BMW bia on say yesenka yese omo a footballers in the use kodwo BMW pa ne Benz bi etwa mu no young boys in kitwa bi ana o maye rasta so mi busa say anyway kodwo
oko
lumba nsupa no
lumba nsupa ene ho nkomo ne ye ba bi
provision store supermarket shopping malls nsedwanse ade bia no a wo be hia ensuo di aye no ya yusu lumba nsupa
oko aponto bi ase
that's right
o say china say weekends entima mbekwa wedding no eye beba so birthday parties ne bekọ so ensupa na Okogyeabour Ocran ne nyina ye nsuo ben ya
lumba nsupa
papa prekope
yes
pomoden enkonum suboni bi machina yesi kolara na ba enkofa ye muturo ma wo so e machina nko nkogya na ngu ho mesrew ensupa etumi efiri ba bi a hodo mo ye krogye ya wonom a bemu apom dimpo esisu bomode esita eye lumba nsupa mesrew pandodo atu a fra homatrofo yi 057 747 53 43 we set mobile
that's right
057 743 sorry fache I'm saying 057
nyabotre presi
hallelujah
mo
057
kasamano kokotwa
manu kokotwa
afeto aso
057 747 53 43 and 026 398 01 026 398 Bomade na friend penifo bejo so ne nsurudo bi a wo petu no yetimi dia bra wo de e bia wontumi ma ya so bomade na fra yen ye betimi edi nsu ne dia bra ba bibiara
ana kodo yam nuano mo ma ne mema na moto nsu o traffic mo no
yes
ye wo nsu ne bi ho no mo a eso ase wanya ba yiye
masa obi anto
obi amfra wo me pa cha traffic mo fo no monto lumba nsupa ne bi if u se lumba no akwese be mu wotofo mo ane ho fans bebre
aba etisa be
se obi kura ho se wo so lumba nsu a esukom ne kura de ne by force that's right enti mo a moton wo traffic mo no ensu a moton we content and fresi asone so FDF agi atom so ahu kesa ye purify nsu no ankasa ye krogen fine enamo mena se a ete wo nkrotoa da wonu ma se apunum eye lumba nsupa madaroma
wenem me kana waje me so me kase lumba nsupa na wakase papa kwar me no kan fante yakota kwar de tade lumba nsupa
kodu sam
ebe ye dia ma o
wata free wi to
kade papa kwar
kayo de kana minka say dia
lumba nsupa
papa kwar
nsu a Ghana nyina ye number 1
kodu ko fante me design
oh ko wa chere kakra nanso ye guda ye kai
yei
enti takra de be kare papa kwar
I say
me ko wa chere
akobofo Ghana no kan
o me ka ho
DLFM 106
enti ebusia lumba ensupa eka ho bi na kasebo ye de ebaaye mesramo muntu bi engu stores muntu bi engu provision stores ne supermarket ne ade shopping malls no muntu bi nwo se kwadwo we no rubber no nso de fine nyese de bo ho ana pai ni bia
ya ka chrom se nyanya no mfo de ni bio
enso ni bo ho makwadwo wato no sahye na ade kro na so na apai egu apampam
na obere nyina ye kwa se wada ensu pana na ye ka ho asem
we no rubber no ye try fine ti betima gu fridge num so many times
ya ma nsoro no so nsoro no sanhemudie no omomode meto lumba ensu pana na mu awo
kwadwo nim se ye wasahye wata ne bi ho no mu a se egu ho che echa na se pampan
free mo ye no kre
but lumba nsupa no se de esitie no etimisha fridge mu a wo be ye piesa dean
saa na
tie ana wan fan se fridge mu kura no a saa na tie
ena yankai wono mo se FDA fonso waje atum
that's right
almost stamp no so
ebi le kita opele no ebi le kita opele no
kam landa no so anka be
na kwadwo se 2006 mi wie school no na meton pure water any fence cocoa tea any tea bread raviko nungwa na menam traffic ni mo asama border mo beti yes What is boy free?
Boy free.
Boy free. There's a boy free to know.
Yes, pure water.
And crying.
It's on a motor. Woman can say pure water. Mompemu. Yes, Lumba super.
One Teresa. What yes and say. And one hair so pan our pens one to say you.
Oton Wayadi and what the empire say. Yes, pure water.
What I know answer with the also Lumba.
Yes, Lumba super.
Hey, Kwadwo Sammy, your voice near the crowd.
Essay.
Your voice near the crowd.
Hey,
Pentecost nipa.
Some Antonium.
Okay, some motu nambo minim. Medema so any hammer bow. Oh, no, man, that's who.
Uncle, that time I saw.
Oh, Bella, see, uncle.
Yanko.
Enter your co.
So what's sorry? I must say, one quamber, so you need now.
I just go to microphone. Oh, I live show. A live show. Yeah, sorry, a live show. Yeah, trans
Yapon.
Make me pay me.
Bodin.
I can come from you. Meeting at the gangster cat, ya meeting Okogyeabour Ocran. Men
Takra de Kwadwo Trabe with the Shikonkron. Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B senior Obidiaba.
Kwadwo fine ko ye kan no so na e begina ho.
Mate.
Ye ntena se biem.
Adama.
Me pan me ya. The king is back to the studios.
The king is back to the subject. DJ Hitman, say how na yetio.